Imagine growing up isolated from the world, always hearing that the place outside is dangerous, full of monsters. But in this case, the monsters are humans. Now, imagine that to face this loneliness and fear, your mind creates the perfect refuge, a world where everyone coexists peacefully, where dangers are minimal, and where you finally feel safe. This is the key to understanding the theory that Hotel Transylvania is not a physical place but rather a projection of Mavis's mind. Mavis grew up isolated within a castle, surrounded only by monsters and her father's strict control, who repeatedly insisted that humans were dangerous and that nothing beyond the castle walls was safe. Years of this confinement inevitably transformed the mind. Boredom, loneliness, and a lack of contact with the real world could serve as fertile ground for creating something bigger. The hotel then emerges as the answer. It is a world where everything works exactly as Mavis wishes, even if she doesn't realize it. It is a safe place where monsters, historically frightening creatures, pose no threat. Frankenstein is a big, affectionate friend. The mummy is fun and lively. Wayne the werewolf is the image of a large, chaotic yet happy family. Even Dracula, with his powerful presence, is more of a guardian than a feared king of vampires. There is no hatred, war, or violence in this world. This idealized vision is a direct reflection of the mind of someone who has never seen reality, and therefore fills it with softened and simplified versions of things. The hotel has no cracks. It is beautiful, welcoming, and functional like a carefully constructed dream. No threat can penetrate it because it is not real. Within this highly organized universe, the characters serve almost as pieces of an emotional puzzle. They are not just friends or hotel guests, they are representations of Mavis's own feelings and desires. Dracula is the most obvious. He represents security but also control. While the father figure is there to protect her, he also acts as a barrier preventing her from leaving and experiencing the unknown. At the same time he symbolizes comfort, he is also the prison that keeps her stagnant. The other monsters follow this pattern. Frankenstein brings the warmth of loyal friendship, something Mavis never had in a world where there was only solitude. Murray, with his constant cheerfulness, is the projection of the desire for adventure and fun. Wayne and his family are the manifestation of an ideal of coexistence and loving chaos, the kind of noisy, lively family that Mavis never got to experience. And then comes Jonathan. Jonathan doesn't fit. He is human, the exact opposite of what Mavis should accept in her world. His presence is like a crack in the hotel walls, something that shouldn't be there but, at the same time, makes perfect sense. Jonathan is Mavis's repressed curiosity, the part of her that wants to go out, explore, and discover what lies beyond the walls she herself created. His arrival is the first sign that perhaps this bubble will not last forever. The most curious thing about Hotel Transylvania is that, despite being inhabited by legendary monsters, there are no real villains. The threats that appear are weak, temporary, and easily resolved. Everything settles lightly, like in a dream where danger is never able to leave scars. This is exactly what you would expect from an illusion created by someone seeking safety at all costs. When Grandpa Vlad appears, for example, he is introduced as someone who might bring chaos. But within minutes he is softened, turned into a comic and harmless figure. The same happens with other problems that arise throughout the story. No conflict is big enough to disrupt the harmony of the hotel. This happens because, in a world built by Mavis's mind, chaos cannot exist. It would be unbearable. The perfection of the hotel is the guarantee that she will never have to face something she cannot control. Jonathan, however, is different. He is the element that does not belong to the system, the human who appears and makes Mavis question her own rules. He is not dangerous, but he is also not predictable. He brings color, noise, and movement, things that do not match the immutable stability of the hotel. Jonathan challenges the idea that the human world is just something frightening. He carries with him the promise that the unknown can be beautiful, fun, and full of life. Slowly, he plants in Mavis the seed of doubt. What if the outside world isn't so bad? What if I'm missing out on something incredible? In fact, Jonathan is the most human part of Mavis's mind. He is the voice she hid for years, the desire to break the walls of this mental refuge and see what lies on the other side. He is proof that, as perfect as this illusion is, it is not enough. Hotel Transylvania seems too perfect. There are no real dangers, no threatening monsters, no true villains. Everything works like a dream, where every piece is in the right place. This only makes sense if the hotel is, in fact, a projection created by Mavis's mind, an idealized world where she can feel safe, protected, and loved. But the perfect world has cracks. Jonathan is one of those cracks. He is the chaos that challenges perfection, the reminder that there is something greater waiting beyond the hotel walls. His presence is a sign that, deep down, Mavis is ready to face reality, even if it means letting go of her illusion. After all, the real world might be scary, but it is also where life happens. And perhaps, in the end, Mavis' greatest act of courage is opening the hotel doors and taking the first step toward the unknown. Although the theory that Hotel Transylvania is a product of Mavis' imagination is fascinating, there are elements in the films that refute it. Jonathan, for example, has his own story and interacts with characters outside her presence, which would not happen if he were just a projection. Furthermore, the other monsters have independent arcs and their own interactions, showing that they exist beyond Mavis' emotions. Another important point is the presence of external conflicts and interactions with the human world, such as the trip to Hawaii and direct contact with real humans. If everything were an illusion, these moments wouldn't make sense. Finally, scenes where Mavis is not present, but the characters act autonomously, confirm that the Hotel Transylvania universe is real within the narrative of the films. And do you believe that Hotel Transylvania is real or a creation of her mind? Could Mavis finally be ready to wake up? Did you enjoy this theory? Then hit the like button, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more mysteries and theories about animations. See you next time.